I want to welcome everyone today. This is Rich Dahman, Superintendent with Winona Area Public Schools, with another edition of Making the Grade. We have with us today representatives from the Foundation for Winona Area Public Schools, and I'd like to introduce both of them and thank them for coming in with us today. Shelley Millick is the Executive Director with the Foundation for WAPS, and Luke Merklowitz is a second grade teacher at WK. So thank you both for coming in today.
Hello, welcome.
And
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you both here. We're going to talk a little bit about the Foundation for WAPS and some things that you've done in the past and some things that are coming up. Maybe we can start by having you speak a little bit about the background of the foundation and how long it's been in place. What are some of the history?
Sure. Well, the foundation started in 1991. It was a group of community supporters that just felt that they wanted to come together and come up with some different ideas how we could enhance and enrich education for the public schools. And so they started the Foundation for Winona Area Public Schools then. It's a nonprofit 501c3, and we've been going ever since.
Great. And Luke, how long have you been involved?
Well, I teach second grade at WK Elementary School, so I've been on that receiving end of the foundation for a number of years, and I did my first term on the board. Then I had to kind of be asked, or my time was up, and so now I'm fulfilling a second term. And so as a board member on the foundation, really believe, and as a teacher, the mission of what the foundation stands for.
Great. A little bit more background on the foundation. Who is on the board? What types of people or groups are represented on the board?
We have, well, mostly community people that are on the board. So it includes business people and businesses, parents, and then we, of course, have a school board representative, somebody from our WEA organization, which is what Luke is part of, our Retired Teachers Association, a student representative, our superintendent, of course, yourself. So there's a wide range and variety of different people with different aspects that they can bring to the group, which is wonderful, different types of you and things like that.
Yeah, and Luke, you said earlier that you were on initially, your term was up, but now you're back on again. How long do individuals stay on the board?
Well, you have an opportunity for it's a 3-year term, and you can do a couple, in order in succession, and then kind of your term is up. So, and now I'm back, and because it allows me to give the teacher perspective, being in the classroom, the needs of what I believe my young learners have, as well as being the voice from the classroom and the teacher perspective.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Obviously, in my first year here with Winona Area Public Schools, I'm new to working with the foundation, but what I've seen is that all the different groups and people that make up the foundation bring kind of a unique viewpoint to it, and it's very valuable to have all of those different voices at the table.
That's what I really like about it. Like Shelley said, we have the student voice, the teacher voice, the retired educator, the school board, the superintendent, and a mixture of parents and business. And so I really enjoy and value just the collection of the people around the table.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of different viewpoints. A lot of great conversation on coming up with the decisions that are going to be best for the school, and with the feedback from the teachers and from the administrators, it kind of helps us come up collectively with the best decision.
Yeah, great. And one of those decisions that's been made now is the Dare to Dream grant, which was just awarded. And can you share a little bit about that award this year and how it will benefit students of Winona Area Public Schools?
Well, it was started a few years ago. I think it's been 6 or 7 years now. It's called the Dare to Dream Project. And basically we award a $5,000 grant to innovative new ideas from staff that submit to the foundation their grant ideas. And then the board of directors decides what's going to be the one innovative idea for the year. This year, the Tech Nest project did a drone project that we awarded this year. And the Tech Nest group is a group of students that gets together with their instructor, Jeremy Graves, and they work on different technical things, from computers to fixing them to coming up with new programs, software. It's really kind of a neat thing. A lot of the staff I hear use them for their resources and things like that. So they're going to try to do this drone project, which we're here that have gotten involved with this. There's a lot of commercial aspects that can be used out in the industry with them, so it's an opportunity for the kids to really learn more about that.
Yeah, it's great that you shared that extra information about the TechNest students too, because they really do provide a wonderful service to the school district. It's not only a learning opportunity and experience for them in working with technology, but they also are involved in a lot of different aspects.
I've called them.
Yeah.
And said, and some of these students, of course, our students are well educated. They know more about this than I do. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I need a little help over here. And they're quick to problem solve and get it done or get me on the right track.
And they're really excited about the drone
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
possibility. I think it's something that is really used, as you mentioned, it's used out in businesses. It gives our students kind of firsthand experience in utilizing that in an appropriate way, so that
Yep.
so that they're gaining those skills and ready to utilize those skills after high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. Can you share a little bit about different events and fundraisers that the foundation holds throughout the year?
Well, and the one that is near and dear to my heart and is upcoming is our gala. It had previously been called gala, and now we're going to use the word event because it really is truly a celebration of public education. And so a number of years ago when I was Minnesota Teacher of Excellence, I went out to the gala in Washington, D.C., and it was a red carpet kind of event, and I came back to the executive director at the time, and I'm like, we can do this, we should do this. And it's an opportunity to raise additional funds to enrich and enhance experience. So back when we had our sesquicentennial, we forged ahead and thought, yep, and we've done several galas where we're raising funds for our students. And from the very beginning, we went out to our anchor or our lead sponsors, and they continue to stick with us, Merchants Bank and Winona National. And what we want to do this year is continue with our theme, World Market, a global event. So we're taking that gala and really trying to, and I have to catch myself because I want to say gala, but it is truly an event. So it's going to have a world-focused theme, and then we have a live and a silent auction. We'll announce our Legacy Award winner, but it's about raising funds to help enrich and enhance and expand opportunities for teachers and students.
Yeah, Shelley, anything to add to that about the upcoming event?
One of the things that we're doing is we're raising money specifically for academics, athletics, which it allows our students and staff to get together and come up with ideas that really are going to enhance education. And that's what we're looking for, an opportunity for them to have a voice as well. So that's worked out nicely because in the past we've done this one other year and they've raised things from choir risers to FIAD equipment to Chromebooks. So there's a lot of different ways that we can use that money within the district then.
Yeah, I think the district has really benefited throughout the years with the different types of donations that the foundation has made. It really allows us to hit some things that we don't have regular funding for, and maybe we wouldn't be able to try without that funding from the foundation. So it's been a great partnership and very much appreciated from the school district. Luke, you had highlighted a couple of the main corporate sponsors. How can community members be involved, both in the upcoming event or in making donations to the foundation in general?
So on Saturday, February 24th, in the year 2018, we're here to invite all community members, anyone that's interested, to celebrate public education here in Winona, because for over 150 years we've been proud and loud about the great students and the staff that we have here. So for a $50 ticket price that covers a welcome drink, some appetizers that are going to be extraordinary, over the top, a dinner, a dessert, and a fabulous time. People meet and greet, and it's truly a social event. However, we also don't go through all this work to have a nice time. It's an enjoyable time, but we want to make sure that we're raising funds. So thus comes a live auction. John Koner has been gracious and kind and is there every year to do that for us. We have a fabulous committee, we don't do this alone, that have out there putting together some silent auction type things. And with our theme and our decorations, again, it's over the top. There's a social hour that starts at 6 o'clock. The dinner at 7, and little snippets of some here, there entertainment and fun, fast facts about our district.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough this past spring to be able to attend the previous year's event, and I really enjoyed it. It was a great opportunity for me to get to meet some people, because this was before I had started in my position, and just to see all of the work and the time that goes into a wonderful event like that. So it really helped me develop an appreciation for what your group does and how much our students benefit from that.
Right, and so this year we're at the Signatures Event Center. And so we've been there, and then we took a little different path last year with our theme, and now we're again back out there. And I want to also mention it's a semi-casual type of attire, so you don't have to get all dressed up and fancy. And this event truly is to celebrate and highlight fabulous things that go on in our public school.
And jeans are always welcome.
Yeah. Is it in the minute or two that we have left? Is there anything else that you would like to add about the work that the foundation does and or the upcoming event?
Yeah, well, just want to point out too, for tickets, you can go to www.foundationwaps.org. Give us a call at 494-1004. They'll be out showing up in the papers and things like that. And again, everybody's welcome. So that's a big thing. We just want to have people there and have a great time to celebrate.
Yeah, I remember seeing current educators, retired educators, parents, community members at the event. So it really is a community-wide celebration.
Right. And last year we sold out.
Yeah, we
And
did.
so, and that's a great problem to have. And so we want to make sure that everybody knows about it, that they're welcome to attend on February 24th from 6 to 10 o'clock. Give Shelley a call, 494-1004, I got it memorized. And she'll set you up. And
Yeah.
whether it's a table of 8 or you want to come by with your friend, please join us.
Yeah, Luke, for being with us today on Making the Grade and for sharing information about the Foundation for Winona Area Public Schools. It's a wonderful organization that does great work helping out our schools.
And thanks for having
Thank
us.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Getting the right look at the right price
Perfect.
is always in style. At Cost Cutters.
Located in the professional building in the Winona Mall, 507-454-6030.
Ever wish you could just swing by the local office to pay your bill quickly rather than calling a toll-free number and speaking to a machine? When you join the HBC family, you get that and so much more with local office locations and customer care. Whether you have general questions or would like to upgrade your services, HBC is here in your community, providing an unrivaled personalized experience. Switching is easy and installation is free. And we're so sure you'll love HBC, we offer a 30-day guarantee. Visit hbci.com to learn more or call 888-474-9995 to experience the HBC difference.
Hi, this is Rich Dahman, Superintendent with Winona Area Public Schools, and welcome back to Making the Grade. For this edition, we have representatives from our Area Learning Center, or ALC, with us. Andrew Capel is the Assistant Principal in charge of the administration at the ALC, and Samantha Wagner is a counselor at the ALC. So welcome. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I think we'll start by having you both give a little bit of your background with Winona Area Public Schools and share what it is you do and how long you've been with us.
Absolutely. All right, do you want to start?
Sure. Well, like you said, I'm a school counselor, and this is my 4th year with the district. And I've been at the ALC all 4 years.
All right. And this is my first year here as the assistant principal over at the ALC.
Well, again, welcome to both of you. And do you want to share a little bit about the Area Learning Center? And some of our audience might not be as familiar with what happens at the ALC compared to some of our other schools. So why don't we take a few minutes just to share some information about the ALC?
Absolutely. Well, I think the thing that makes us unique is we have students from a number of variety of with us for reasons, but the thing that makes us unique is we really cater to those specific needs. For one reason or another, may not have worked as well at the high school or another school in the district or outside of the district even. We have students from partnership districts outside too. And we really work to meet their needs, and it could be a variety of different reasons they're there to make up credit that they may be missing. Let's expound on that a little bit.
Yeah, it is a high school level school, so we have kids anywhere from 14 to 21 as long as they can stay. So it's just another option for kids who might need something just a little bit different, or who might be parents themselves and need the daycare on site, and just a little bit more flexibility.
Great. Well, thank you for that information. And one specific program that's happening now at the ALC is the Compassionate Schools program. So I'd love for you to share a little bit more about the Compassionate Schools program. It's kind of a new method, if you will, of teaching and learning. So can you give a little overview for our audience about the Compassionate Schools program?
Do you want that question?
Sure. It all kind of stemmed a couple years ago. We saw the ACEs presentation by Dr. Ruth Charles, and she showed us paper tigers, and that really spoke to a lot of us, because the school in that documentary in Washington, it was our school, it was our students. And so the whole idea just comes from that trauma, being informed of how trauma affects kids. And it's shifting that question to why are they acting like this, to what happened to them. Because really it affects your biology and how you react to things, which in turn affects the learning. So this Compassionate Schools came from what to do after that, after we had that training and we were aware of how trauma affects our kids, and it affects everybody, we could say, at our school in some point. And so that's, it's less a curriculum and a program, is more just a way of thinking and approaching things. And what we found when we started is that we're already doing a lot of the things that make up a compassionate school, of first being informed of trauma, and everybody in our building has had that training. And then it's just offering those resources to kids on an individual basis of what they need.
Well, I think one of the unique things too, like Sam said, that it's something we're already doing in a lot of ways, and it's in a way putting a formal title on what some of the good practices and good teaching that have been going on in the past are, but also taking that and expounding upon, we know that students are coming in with trauma. Students have these ACEs that we've been working on, and how do we move forward with those students? Understanding that there are life issues that are affecting the academic side of things too. And so really meeting the needs of all of our learners, not a new way, but a fresh way, and a different way of looking at it.
To me, it sounds like it's much more proactive rather than reacting to struggles that students are having. It's having that knowledge base ahead of time about what could potentially be coming, and then being ready to handle those issues, and even to keep them from happening.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely.
Can you share a little bit about what that looks like for staff members in your school? Both what type of training have they been through, and what looks different than in a classroom?
Absolutely. Well, I think to start, we've been going through just kind of educating ourselves on what a compassionate school looks like, and to do that, we've been looking through the book, The Heart of Learning and Teaching, which it comes out of Washington State, where the compassionate schools movement is really booming out there. And so, number one, figuring out what that is, and then we're moving into some new areas here coming up that we'll be looking to community resources to see what else is out there to meet these needs that we aren't currently meeting, and recognizing that piece.
Yeah, I would say that the biggest things that it's affirming to staff that they are compassionate and they are on the right track. And it also, it's affirming, because one of the biggest things that they say is that this doesn't lower your expectations. You still have to keep those high academic expectations, but knowing that, you also have to realize that if students are struggling outside of school, school is the last thing on their priority list. So if we can support them with their mental health or basic needs, then we're being compassionate and understanding how they're reacting, and can address
Absolutely.
those high expectations that we set academically.
Well, I think an exciting thing for me coming in this year, new too, was that this is a staff-driven initiative. They recognize that this is something we want to do, and so our staff is very on board with it and accepting it very, very well. It's not a challenging thing to do. We're the homogeneous group of people that want to do it.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that's great to hear. Can you share a little bit about how this change affects students, and how do students benefit from this program?
Yeah.
I think because it's so tailored to the students and supportive of the students, that all students can benefit from more compassion, whether they have a high ACE score or no ACE score at all. I think the students who come and feel safe and feel a sense of community and know that they have adults in their lives at the school who truly care about them, I think that's key. Relationships is really number one in the compassionate schools, that they know that there's these teachers and staff that are there for them no matter what, even after they blow up, they're there with that unconditional positive regard, want to help you and support you. I think that's huge for kids.
I would agree with that, and I think it also individualizes our students a lot more, where sometimes it's easy to get caught into grades and names on attendance roster. We're really looking at individual things with students to meet those personal needs that are not a large group issue. And so it individualizes a lot for our students, and I think they're starting to see that.
Excellent. You both have mentioned the ACEs study, and can you share a little bit more about what that is? I know that many people in our community are familiar with that, but we may have some people who this is new to them.
I'm going to default this question to Samantha. She's actually an ACEs trainer.
Yeah. So pretty much just in a nutshell, this was the study that determine what the hunch always was, that if you have a negative experience, that affects your health and other things. So this ACE study was a study of 10 adverse childhood experiences. That's what that ACE stands for. And it's anywhere from different kinds of abuse to losing a parent to being around drug and alcohol abuse. But there's 10 of those. So they're saying the higher the correlation of health issues and smoking and alcohol use and things like that. So it's a pretty prevalent thing. So, and we definitely see that with our students too. So the study shows that if you have that actually changes the way your brain works and the way that you react. You're kind of living in a fight or flight way. So if you come up against adversity, you might react in a different way than somebody who hadn't grown up with all of that.
Yeah. So at the ALC, have all of the staff members been trained in that program?
Yes.
Yes, at least once.
Yeah, once if not more. So it's been an important foundational piece for the Compassionate Schools movement.
Yeah, and I really see that as it makes sense when you think about it. If, as in our formative years as children, if we have traumatic experience, do have adverse effects on not just on that particular day, but on our life moving forward.
Exactly.
And that, as educators, it's valuable for us to be alert to those things, not only that they exist, but how to best address them.
Right.
Excellent. What are some challenges that you've seen in moving this program forward?
Yeah. I think one of our biggest challenges, and we just finished up a chapter from the book we're going through on self-care as adults. We give in education a lot of times, and especially with students that are going through a lot, we're the first to pour out and give. But we don't always take this, especially this time of year that we see. It's a tough time of year, moving into a natural coming up, and everybody's kind of antsy. And we're giving and haven't had a break for a little while. So I think, for me, I see it in the staff as self-care and taking care of ourselves and just being cognizant to remember, take a step back and make sure that you take care of yourself too, so that you can continue to do the work.
Yeah, definitely. I would second that. I think working with a high at-risk population, you're at risk for secondary trauma. So when you're surrounded by hearing these stories of these kids and what they're going through, I mean, that can't help but affect you as well. And something that with the ACEs study, I mean, all of us come with our own personal ACEs too, so being aware of what might be triggered in us too, and that depends that affects how you react to some students too. So I think it really does come to self-care, because we're our tools right here,
Yeah, and I think that self-awareness and the realization that we can do our best when we're at our best too is valuable. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about the Compassionate Schools program, maybe around how it's been working and what are some future goals for the program?
Well, we are in the progress of kind of reaching out to community resources as well, as I mentioned before, now that we've identified some of the high needs in the building that we are not meeting with the resources we have, to form collaboration and partnership there to really meet all needs of our students. I think that's a big part moving forward.
And it's really exciting, because we do have a lot of resources at the school. We work with volunteer services and have our own little food shelf for kids. We have Hiawatha Valley therapists there, but they have a waiting list, so we find that's a a need. We have a personal care shelf that we have, and I'll put a plug in for donations too. We can always use donations for those kids because it's highly used. But to me, it's really exciting to branch out to the community because we're talking with ASAP, and Solomon's Song has a Road to Resilience program that our students are in their 3rd session, and it's just extra people to come in and support these kids and show them that they are part of the community and a valued part of the community.
I'm glad that you mentioned some of the different community partnerships because that's one of the things in my time so far here in Winona that I've really enjoyed and noticed is the great community partnerships that WAPS has. And you mentioned earlier Dr. Ruth Charles, and we have locally an expert in this area. So it's been awfully nice for us to have that here too. So I want to thank both Andrew and Samantha for being with us today and for sharing information about the Area Learning Center and the Compassionate Schools program. So
Thank you for
very much
having
for
us.
coming in.
Very much.
Absolutely.
All right, great. Thank you.